Imagine the following scenario. You're going on a holiday, you have been planning it for months, and just before you're leaving for a small excursion, you realize that you don't have your memory card with you. What can you do? You rush to the nearest store. You're picking up a random memory card of a totally unknown brand. You're not an impulsive buyer, but I mean, in this case, you definitely need to do something. So you're going on your trip. You're having the time of your life. You're having amazing shots and amazing views. And just when you arrive home and you want to download the pictures, you realize that all of your pictures look like this. Will you remember the brand of the card? Oh, I bet. Will you discourage everyone around you to buy it again? Oh, yes. You maybe even write a feedback on Google or feedback to the company, and you will just keep yourself asking like, how could it happen? I tell you a secret. The company, the manufacturer company, didn't use Odoo. I'm Victoria Emmer. Hi, everyone. I'm here today to guide you through the quality app of Odoo. I will show you the new features of the quality app, just as the basic ones as well. And at the end of my presentation and demo, you will be able to, I will also answer your questions, which you can add during my talk. So let's see how Odoo could have handled this if the memory card manufacturer would have turned to us. Um, this app is by default focusing on quality. Um, we are equipped to give you to accommodate your flows. You can tailor make the flows with us. You do hear over and over that Odoo is very flexible, and here you definitely can see that it is, because you can create multiple quality teams, and each quality team can have their own flows and own stages and own ways of processing the quality alerts. So this is how we can tailor made all our flows. Um, with the quality teams, you can create clear responsibilities, because only those alerts will go to the quality team which are relevant, and you can definitely set it up the way you want. Um, full control and full freedom. These two expressions might be controversial at first, but you do have full control over what you want to control, and you have full freedom to decide at which periodicity you want to control. The control points help you in that, and I will show you how many opportunities you have in the control points. Documentation and traceability. These two words are, for everyone working with quality, are just magic words. Documenting things is key, and tracing back the root cause of the quality problem is also key. So with version 15, we can merge these two together, and we're introducing the worksheets here. So let's just jump right in. I will show you how everything is possible and how could have the memory card manufacturer done better. So come join us or join me. Okay, so let's see what's up with the quality app. So first of all, I want to tell you that it's very important that in the inventory or the manufacturing app, any of them, in the configuration, you can activate or deactivate the quality app and also the quality worksheet, our brand new feature, which I just mentioned before. So let's see what's there in the quality app. When you open the app, you already see the quality teams, as I briefly mentioned already. So you can create a quality team for product-related activities like the reception, like manufacturing, or the outbound activities. But you can also have non-product move-related quality teams as well. So it's like if you want to have some ideas from your workers you can create a continuous improvement team, and there in that team, the alerts would come in, maybe even through a predefined email address, which you can adjust here in the configuration. Or maybe you want to receive the customer emails to your customer care to investigate what's going wrong and to listen to your customers. So both of these options are possible, and even more, whatever you can think of. You can have two different actions here. You do see the quality checks or you see the quality alerts. The difference between the two is the checks are the actual ongoing checks where we don't know yet the outcome. So they can pass, they can fail. They are something still to do. The alerts, however, they are actual actionable tasks. So it means that either there's a fail or it's your colleague's way of drawing your attention that you need to focus on this one. So these are definitely some explorable items. If you click on the alerts, you go into the workflow of the quality team. You can define the stages. You have some predefined stages, but per quality team you are able to customize the flow. As I mentioned before, the tailor-made flows. This is how you can do it. It's very easy. In Odoo, we often use the tasks. You might be familiar with the project app already. And there are also the tasks which you can just drag and drop between the stages. It's really easy. The stages you can also tailor-made either here in the edit stage. Here you can give a name, a sequence. You can define if it should be folded, then you need to activate this checkbox. Or if you want to consider the alert already processed, then it's this checkbox. And this is how it looks like when it's folded. And you can see that we have already 2 alerts in released. And you can also say like, okay, I just want to fold it back. This is one way to manage the alerts. Or if you go in the debug mode, then in the configuration, you find it back. And in the configuration, you can also assign multiple quality themes for the same stage, because it might be, as you can see here, maybe my product related stages are the same and the non-product related are a bit different. So I think it's a very good way of handling it and defining the alert stages. But now I'm going back from debug mode because I don't necessarily need it, because it's easier also from here. For the checks and the alerts, you can also see it from the quality control screen or menu. And there is also a very important setup here, the control points. The control points define, and this is where your full control and full freedom comes in the picture. You can define, and this is basically the master data of your quality checks. So here you can define which quality checks you want to do. And you can see here, of course, you need to give a title. You can define a product or a product category. Both are basically optional, but you need to give the operation. You have the opportunity to give multiple operations, but you have to select at least one, because of course we want to know where these control points need to trigger a check. You can decide if you want to control an operation or every product or the defined product. So right now I leave it for operation. You can also say that maybe you don't want to control all of the operations. You might want to just have a random check every X% of your operations, or periodically. And you can also say like how many days, weeks, or months you want to put into the check. And if you can, as you can see here, you can have like multiple types of checks. You can have like the classical pass and fail, our famous worksheet, which can be a combination of a worksheet and the pass and fail. I will show you a bit later. You can give instructions to your colleagues how they need to perform the quality check. If, for example, your customer wants to be very sure that whatever has left was still in good quality, you can take a picture and then send them later. Or if you really want to be sure that the product which you produced is within the tolerance limits, then you can set up a tolerance limit for your finished product. But for the time being, I leave it on the worksheet. And then here you can find, and again, a bit later, I'm jumping it into the worksheet setup. I'm choosing this template, and here I can define the success conditions. So you will see that I have a passed checkbox there in my worksheet template, and here I can define that if that checkbox is checked, then it's a pass. So this is how I can combine the worksheet with the pass and fail, and certainly I can assign a quality team as well to this control point. And also interesting, I can also define a message if it's a fail, because of course I need to give instructions to my colleagues what to do with the product if it's a fail. So let's see the all waited for worksheet template. So this is what I created already. I can design the template, and if I go to Studio, I can also add some extra fields here. So let's say I want to add the text, or maybe a selection. I want to show at which point, at which date and time it was. And
But Vicky, isn't it enough with the settings? You know, I just got back from vacation. That means I am fresh and ready to get work done, huh? So, shall we move to a flow?
okay, let's go to the inventory then. Let's see how it works. So in our inventory, I see that I already have like 4 items to process. So let's process one of them. Here I am. I have this receipt here. And as you can see, I already have the validate button here, which I could do. And yes, certainly I have to set up the done quantities. But you see here, I cannot validate without the quality check. So Odoo doesn't let me validate any operation for which a control point has been set up. So this is my quality check, but I'm all fine with this. So everything is okay. And you see here, I'm directly taken to my worksheet. And here I can give like comments, but this time it's still all okay. And I can say here, this is my famous checkbox, this is my paused checkbox. And you see here, I added this date, and here I can define, okay, that was definitely this particular moment right now, or any other future date, whatever we want. And now I'm saving it. And you see here now I can validate it. So I'm all fine. You can see the smart button here with the green text. There is a quality check done, but since it's green, it's all fine. So I can validate it. But what happens if there's an issue and we just want to show that something was not right? Here you see my default option again is my quality check. So here, let's say I have discovered just the damage on the outer box. So let's say this is my note, and I can bring it also all the way through the worksheet. So here I have this comment. I can specify the damage that is just a dent on the box. But I might have some concerns on the product quality as well. And since it's a receipt, I added here a signature. And with this signature, I can ask my carrier that it is not good, and he needs to also sign that whenever I received it, it was it was bad, and he kind of acknowledges it. So I can say he can perfectly sign this. And I can save it. And I still have the option to correct the worksheet later. But for the time being, I want to just confirm it because everything is okay. And you can see here on the quality check, I have it now red. So it means that it was not a pass, it was a fail. So what do I want to do? I can create a quality alert, or I can just simply validate it. But I'm a good employee, and I was told that whenever it's a fail, then I need to issue a quality alert. So I am issuing a quality alert. So there is a damage on the package. And you see here, I already have the reference to my picking, to my goods movement. And this is how my colleagues at the quality department will know what document I'm referring to. I have the quality team already assigned, and also the product is mentioned. I can, if the product is batch managed or lot managed, I can, but it's not. I can also add my lot number here, so to really specify which lot was had an issue. And then I can also add a short description, but it's also there on the worksheet, so that's also fine. So this is all I need to do, and the alert has been created. So let's jump back to the quality app. I show you what it looks like there. So I'm going back there, and you can see here my quality alert, and this is my damaged frame. So here I am, exact same screen. I do have my stages here, and let's say that I have opened the package when I examined it, and I've seen that no, it was just the package. The inside content was okay, so I can just say that product is okay. But if it wasn't the case, I could register here the corrective and the preventive actions. What do we need to do? Maybe go back to the supplier, maybe check it with the carrier, what they could do better next time if it was their fault. But luckily this time it was all okay. The product is safe, so I can save this alert. And with the stages, I can move this task, move this alert to the release status. And with all that, in the breadcrumbs, which we know very well from Odoo, I can go back to the stages, and you can see here that the released has been increased with one more. So I have one quality alert more in the solved, in the closed stage. So I'm super happy, and this is how it basically looks like. I do have reporting on these as well, just as you can already be used to at Odoo. So we have all these reporting options. I wouldn't really go into details because it can be very much tailor-made, again, as per your needs. So thank you for watching. I believe this is pretty much all what I wanted to show you about quality. But let's see what questions you would have. So let's go to the Q&A, and I'm super happy to answer any questions you would have related to our quality app. Thank you very much.
Hi, Vic. First of
Hello.
all, thanks for the presentation. I think that was really clear, and
Thank
people
you.
have a better understanding of what the quality app could do.
Cool.
So, as you mentioned, we're going to go through little Q&A sessions. Let's check if our viewers have a few questions for you. I don't think there's many, but don't worry, I have a few for you.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
The first one we have is from Julia Maria. Is the quality module only available for manufacturing industries or also for service providing industries?
I believe, Julia Maria, you already saw the answer afterwards. Yes, it is available for and usable for all kinds of industries. So don't worry if you're not a manufacturing company, it's going to be okay for you as well. So you can use it quite flexible, and it's going to be okay for the service providers as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Second question from Andrzej. Is it possible to set control frequency to hours? For example, 1 hour.
Yeah, no, unfortunately it's not. If you're setting it to periodically, or periodical, it's gonna be the day, which is the lowest unit there. So unfortunately, every hour it's not. But then you might want to consider maybe like a random check, or maybe just to check all of the operations. So maybe that might be an answer as well.
Okay, perfect. Then we have another questions from Michael. I think he wants to have an example of one of our users as how to use, let's say daily in a daily routine. How would you use the quality application? If you have an idea, an example, another example.
It's really really a broad question, because of course we need to know like which company we're talking about. As mentioned, like a manufacturing company would use it totally differently as a service provider. But yeah, as I mentioned, it's basically like setting up the quality teams and knowing which activities you want to control, and setting up the control points based on that. So it's just that. And typically you would have your quality team really going into the app, and checking it every time, every day. That would be their main platform. So I think it's, yeah, it's a very
It's a
good
broad
one.
question. It's a broad
It
question.
totally is a broad question. Thank you very much, Michael, to ask this. But yeah, so it's a very good tool for daily use. That's definitely true.
Perfect. Then we have a question from Prakash. Could you please explain more about worksheets? Of course, as you said, worksheet is a brand new feature.
Yep.
It's amazing feature. So I think this is the main feature of the new quality app.
It totally
So
is.
can you elaborate a bit about it?
Yeah, so as I mentioned also in the talk, and the worksheet is kind of a mixture between, so you can very nicely tailor make it, and it is a mixture between like a true and false, and a documentation of what has been happened to the lot, to the product in during the operation. So that's definitely a great tool to use. Um, you can very well use it for documenting. Um, what I like about it is that with Studio you can perfectly make it fit to your own usage, and your own flows. So that's nice, and you can put whatever checkboxes, whatever text fields, even signatures, anything. So um, this feature will keep you, I mean, will make it available to trace back all the failures, but all the past items which you would have. So I think that would probably be it. I know I mean it's pretty much also a vague question, but I hope it was also clear in the later stages of my talk.
Thank you very much. I think that was a really clear answer about it. Then, as you said, I think in the worksheet you can have different worksheet for different quality controls,
Indeed.
and you can adapt it. So
Yeah.
very well answered. Thank you. Then we have a question from Nico. Is it possible to block the operation if the success condition not passed, or maybe while the quality alert is still not released?
Um, we want to stay or keep the flexibility. So stay flexible on that. So typically, by standard, you can always validate. You can always go on with the given operation. You need to take it into process control to control this scenario when it's not paused, to make sure that your worker is actually ringing the alert, because the alert button is really right next to the validate button. So you will be able to create the alert. So it's really like maybe a 2 second lag between the two. So you will be able to do that. But we want to keep that flexibility.
Yeah, that's good. And we can see that Prakash is pretty active. We have a new questions from him. the great new feature worksheet is also used in Work Center. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You can set it up on the BOM and then or on the manufacturing order and the work center.
Okay, that's very good. And then I had the questions for you as well. Of course, as a business advisor, we do have a lot of clients, taking licenses with the application manufacturing, but some of them they don't take the application, the quality
Mhm.
application. What would you say to those people? Because I think it's a very important app to have and to link with the manufacturing app.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend to them?
I think if they want to really follow up their manufacturing process and in general the processes, but I think more the manufacturing process. If they want to follow it up and if the quality of their products is or their services is important for them, then I would definitely recommend to take the quality app. It's really not a big app. I agree that it might be overlooked because it's really not that very heavy and robust app as like inventory or MRP, but I do believe that it's a very useful one, and it's getting better and better with the versions. So I think it's fine.
Oh, very good. And then we have a last question from Yusuf. Is the quality app accessible to different divisions? And can anyone do the corrective action and therefore clear the alerts?
It's a matter of user setup and access setup because it's typically like who has access to the different tasks in the quality teams. It's typically the quality teams who I would give access to, but it's I would regulate it in the user rights.
All right, that's perfect. I think here we don't have any more questions. Vic, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for the presentation.
Yeah,
I think that was very clear. And of
thank
course,
you.
if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to keep asking them in the chat, and we might be able to come back it later, next week or next month, whenever you want.
Yeah,
Have a
thank
good
you very
evening,
much.
everyone. Bye bye.
Good evening.